Hello, folks. Welcome to the Bibs Corner podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is the first video where you get to see this beautiful face here. I'm trying to build the brand. I'm trying to build the video aspect of it, the YouTube channel. I already got a handful of you guys subscribed. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, I know you got to see my face for these subscribers to get up. So working on that, and this is actually going to be a weekly wrap up where I talk about the things that I did this past week. We're going to keep it on the film side this week. We'll touch on some other stuff maybe in the future, but for right now, keeping the weekly wrap up to the film side. So this week I watched Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which is the last appearance on screen for Chadwick Boseman. And the lead in the film is Viola Davis, who was amazing in this film. So I'll give you my elevator review for that and a brief synopsis. And then the other film I watched this week was a Sarah Paulson movie on Hulu called Run, which is a bit of a thriller. It was actually much better than I expected. I mean, I knew Sarah Paulson was good, but you know, you go into these movies with no expectations, and I was entertained. I'll say that much. We'll get into the elevator review and a brief synopsis for that later in the show. And then at the end, I'll give you a preview for what movies are coming this upcoming week and my excitement or what have you for those movies. So be right back. For the podcast listeners, this is where an ad will come. For those of you on YouTube, there is no ad. So and I'll edit this out. Let's see. So the elevator review for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I said that the movie is more than just Chadwick Boseman's last film. It's another portrait from an era that is glossed over in our history books. Shows a side of the time between emancipation in 1863 and the civil rights movement in 1968. If you know me, you listen to my reviews, you know that is an era that I feel like we don't know enough about, both the good and the bad, and that's intentional. So anytime I get a movie from that time period, I'm definitely going to be attracted to it. In this movie, Ma Rainey is a successful musician, a successful Black musician who comes to Chicago to record a record for a white record label. And this is the time period where they're doing what they call race records, where basically they know that they can sell music to a Black audience in a way that the Black artist is not going to be able to reach as many people with. So they pay her much less than she's really worth, but more than she's going to get anywhere else. And they make buku bucks off of her money. Chadwick Boseman's character plays an instrument and is like backing her. She's doing the vocals, he's backing her, but he's a young guy with a lot of ambition, and he thinks, you know, I'm going to be next. So they kind of butt heads in that sense. There's a romantic angle as well, not between the two. Ma Rainey is into women, but Chadwick is into her woman. So that gets fun. You'll laugh out loud at this movie. You may be shaken by some of the stuff that is expressed. It's very real, very raw. August Wilson's play is the basis for this, and August Wilson is just a legend. So anytime you get an August Wilson piece, just know you're in for it. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. If you want the full review is available both on the YouTube and on the podcast. So definitely go back and check that out. The other movie, Run, starring Sarah Paulson. The elevator review for that. Run is a movie that could have gone off the rails many times, but avoids doing so. There were several moments where if they had done what it looked like they were about to do, the movie really would have fallen apart for me. But it does keep you guessing, but it's not predictable. As it stands, to me, it's a great thriller with good pacing, an interesting story, and strong characters. I have to add when I talk about this movie that Sarah Paulson's daughter is played by a young woman in a wheelchair, um, and she really is a wheelchair user in real life. So the daughter has disabilities. That's part of the storyline where Sarah Paulson is her caregiver, and basically, I think she homeschools her as well in the movie. So she is her everything, and she's dependent upon Sarah Paulson for care. Um, but the girl figures out something's not right about her situation, and now you're wondering how is she gonna get out of this, basically, given her circumstances. But they did actually get an actress who is also a wheelchair user, and with representation, people get caught up in the whole race thing, but it's not just race. Actors and actresses with disabilities also struggle to get roles because sometimes they are limited to the roles that they can get. Um, so when you write a character that is wheelchair bound, that uses a wheelchair, it is huge that you also get an actress who uses a wheelchair, not only for the authenticity, but just because these roles don't come around often, especially in a major role where she's one of the key actresses in the movie. So I definitely appreciated that. I also appreciated that she had the opportunity to do some stunts in this movie. So that was awesome. Again, if you want the full review, that's on YouTube and that's on the podcast. So go check that out. Um, I did play the trailer for that one, and I'm going to do that going forward as well. As far as ratings, I'm giving Ma Rainey. I haven't done it in stone yet, but it's going to be somewhere between a 4.5 and a 5. I'm leaning towards the 5. And then for Run, I'm leaning between a 3.5 and a 4, and I'm leaning towards the 4 on that as well. As for upcoming movies, this week there are 3. 2 are huge. 1 is a maybe, but I'm adding it because it has some interesting elements to it. So the first big one that I have to mention is Disney Pixar's Soul, which people have been waiting on this for a very long time. It's going to be on Disney Plus. Definitely family friendly. Black characters, I believe, for the first time at Pixar. And it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. I don't get into who's the voice actor stuff. I think I know who it is, but I'm not going to say it just because I don't want to be wrong and have to edit this later. But again, Soul definitely is a must watch if you have a family or if you just care about representation and things like that. Or if you're a Disney Pixar fan, check it out. I'm probably going to check it out. I'm going to see if I can get the family to watch it. Also, Wonder Woman 1984. It's in some theaters now, but will be on HBO Max on Christmas. Definitely got to watch that. I skipped Aquaman. I still need to go back and watch Aquaman, but this movie looks legit. The color schemes and the promotions and everything just catch your eye. I think I saw there was a promotion where they turned a mall into an 80s theme for the movie release. So those are 2 huge movies, really. So for all of us stuck in the home, that's big for us. So a good movie Christmas weekend, indeed. And then I don't know if you need a love story in your life, Amazon Prime is bringing you that with Sylvie's Love, set in 1950s Harlem. I think the synopsis basically says a young woman meets a musician at her father's record shop, and basically they, go on how love stories go. And the young woman is actually played by Tessa Thompson, and the love interest is actually played by former NFL player Nnamdi Asamoah, which I didn't even realize that was him initially till I was doing my research. And I was like, whoa, okay, yeah, that's pretty dope. I definitely got to check that out, just for not just Tessa, but just to see how Nandi's looking. I've never seen him on screen, so big deal there. Eva Longoria is in the movie. Lance Reddick is in the movie, so good cast. And I mean, I'm not really a rom-com guy, and that's not me trying to be macho or anything. I'm just really not into rom-coms. Usually, you got to give me something extra, but I'll check it out just for the cast alone. So that's why it's on this list. Again, if you want more info on Ma, Rainey, and Run, I did individual reviews for those on the podcast and on the YouTube channel. I'm probably going to watch at least 2 of these movies that I have for the upcoming week. I have a ton of movies in my inbox that I've been ignoring. I'm going to start looking at those as well. And otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up. And I'll see you guys next week for next week's wrap up, where I'll probably be recapping and telling you how those other movies went. And then I'll give you some more movies to look forward to for the upcoming week. So again, expect these to keep coming. This is my first time doing a video, so I'm sure I was awkward looking off in weird directions and stuff like that. My camera is off to the left. So yeah. And I forgot to, let me give you some images for those other films real quick. Boom. Oops. Let's try it. Boom, 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 bam. So there's Soul. The image is there. Wonder Woman 1984. I mean, look at that, man. Come on. Come on. I don't even know what you care about the action or anything. Like, you give me images like that, like I'm hooked. The posters got to go crazy. And then Sylvie's Love, Nandi and Tessa Thompson there in the foreground. I'm very curious about that movie, so I'll probably check it out. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully I get better with this video thing. I've been trying to put it off forever, but it is what it is. This is the game. I'm trying to reach y'all in every way possible. So until next time, peace.